What we have here is a grinding disc from the mill. Beautiful place, early 1800s. So this is a grist mill, I believe, was used to make flour. So it would have crushed oats, grains, that kind of thing.
In this week's episode of Dirt Fishing, Mike Relics waves his metal detecting coil over the historical grounds of Albion Falls.
So right here in the early 1800s, a town was born. The town was Albion Mills in Wentworth County. I think it's a good signal.
Watch as he finds 3 rare and astonishing relics during this successful and fascinating hunt.
There it is.
Then stick around for even more context as we visit coin expert Sam Hakim.
Surprisingly nice that it's been on the ground that long and it got dug up. Yeah.
Lastly, stay tuned for a historical reenactment that shows how Mike's new finds most likely lost their way, waiting to be found more than 120 years later. Welcome to Dirt Fishing, Hamilton. Sit back and enjoy.
Hamilton, Ontario, Mike Relics coming at you from the woods. Now, we're going to take this time to invite you on a little bit of a journey through time and space, a journey, well, maybe not space. I think we're going to stay right here, and we're going to stay right here for a reason. We're going to stay here because over the last few months, we've put together a team that's built on respect, passion, respect for Mother Nature, passion for history. We're going to go out there, we're going to dig up some relics from Hamilton, Ontario, all the way back, probably to the 1800s if we're lucky. You might be wondering why the show's called Dirt Fishing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have metal detectors out in the woods in Hamilton, Ontario. We're gonna treat the forest with respect. We're gonna treat the history with respect, but we're gonna try and dig up relics and coins from centuries old. It's all buried, it's right beneath our feet, it's there for the taking. So come along with me if you'd like to. Let's take a journey. We're gonna do Albion Falls first. So Albion Falls would be the name that you know it as. I know it as Albion Mills. So in the early 1800s, just around the corner from where we are, there was a mill. So it was a grist mill. I believe a grist mill is, I think it's oats, to grind down oats and make flour. So once you have a mill in the early 1800s, around the mill, you'll end up with a town. So the first thing to come in would be lodging. So you'll have hotels pop up, you'll have some mail delivery service pop up, and you'll obviously have the taverns pop up. There was probably more taverns here than there was hotels. They still like to drink even in the 1800s. So what we're gonna do now is that I believe that through research and a couple other things of scoping out the area and stuff, I believe we may have found a picnic spot from, I'm gonna say early 1900s till about 1930. So right now, I'm gonna introduce you to, without further ado, Andrew S. He's going to come out with me here. We're going to try and increase our chances of finding something. So we're gonna go, we're gonna hit it, we're gonna get geared up, and we're gonna try and catch some fish. Thanks for watching. Mike Relics. All right, Andrew, if you ask me, this looks like the perfect path for a picnic spot. Sometimes I call it the road to the relics. Let's do this. So I believe this is going to open up for us a little bit up here. If we're looking for a picnic spot from the 1930s, what you'll notice is what I'm hoping to see up here is you'll see random big trees and then a lot of smaller trees, because if it was a picnic spot, it would have been cleared. If you have a picnic, you bring a blanket, you sit down, and the trees usually aren't there. So when we get up around this corner, I'm hoping to see a couple big trees and a bunch of small trees, probably about 15, 20 years old. So 100 years ago, this tree may not have been as big as it is now, but it was here. And as you can tell from our surroundings, it's surrounded by small trees. So this area was clear at some point. Come on, baby. All right. Okay. It's a good I think it's a good signal. All right, Hamilton, here we go. Big tree. We call them treasure trees. Come on, somebody sat here. What you're looking for in a picnic spot is, what you'll find is cutlery, toys, children's toys, hopefully some coins, maybe the cutlery will go back to the 1800s. Anything that, even today, that you would bring on a picnic, and they lose things. So we're looking maybe for jewelry, coins, old toys, cutlery, obviously. The cutlery back then could be silver, so that's kind of a cool find. But let's get on with this. Hopefully it's not another pop tab. I do want to make it to episode 2. There it is. All right, we got a signal. Andrew. Oh man, I got a great signal here and it looks like a coin. So I can tell by my machine that it's not modern clad. So it's not, everything from 1968 and back is made out of silver. If it's 50% silver, it goes further back in time, it goes to like 90% silver. So I can tell, I have a coin sitting right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's there. So she's right there. And I can tell by the signal, watch my machine though, yeah. I can tell by the signal that it's not modern. So I'm gonna say we have a silver coin. Andrew, you see that, baby? Can you see that, Scott? It's right there. Yeah, yeah. Oh God, that looks small. It looks smaller than a dime, dude.
Point it out again for me.
So we're right here. There she is. I can see the roundness. I can see the edge of it.
Hold on, I gotta get it closer.
It's a silver
Touch
dime,
it with
buddy.
your
Is it dime?
Touch it with your shovel.
All right, all right, Hamilton. Here we go. Here she is. We got her. I'm sure you can see that. We call that round in the hole. And now we're gonna take a journey together and find out what we got. All right, you think it's silver dime, eh?
Yeah.
Definitely silver. It's an old coin. Here we go. Ugh. So, I mean, there are some things. Oh, that's gorgeous. That's not even a dime, dude.
No, what is it, right?
It's smaller. Okay, Hamilton, here we go. Let's take this journey together. We're about to do this live. I have history goosebumps. That looks like King George. Oh God, so this is smaller than a dime. Some people will say don't rub them and stuff, but honestly, the monetary value isn't that high. Oh my God, it's a fish scale. It's a fishy. Oh my God, fishies are hard to find. They're super small. I'll get into details why. I'm gonna get a year for you right now. One more rub. Oh my God. 1902.
Beautiful,
1902. Oh my God, man. Look at that beauty.
Oh, she's
Shaking.
gorgeous.
That's
buddy.
nice.
That's
Look at that. Wild. 1902. We thought there was a picnic spot here from the early 1900s till 1930. Third hole we've dug. Andrew, nothing, no luck yet?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay, so we're going to keep hunting around here. So big trees, check around them because there is stuff there. Wild. That's a beauty. Look at the detail on that. It looks like it was dropped fairly soon after being minted. 1902 fish scale. So back in the day, like we used to build everything better, from houses to roadways to everything. That's a beauty. That's King George on the back. If I got any further back, it'd be Queen Victoria on the back. We call them Vickies.
I don't think you can beat that for the day, Mikey.
I don't know, man. I want to see you pull one older or you're buying me beer.
That's amazing.
Wild, eh? Wild. What a piece of history. 120-year-old coin. Here, you can hold it. One of the tricks I use to not harm Mother Nature and be as less invasive as I can be is to don't swing your machine over places that you wouldn't want to dig. The worst thing is when you get a good signal and you don't want to, I mean, like I said, we're visitors out here, so only swing your coil over spots you're willing to dig. It's the worst is when you get a good signal somewhere and you don't want to dig it. So logically, swing your coil where you'd like to dig. Oh. I like this. Hey, Andrew, do you want to check this signal? I'm going to get Andrew over here. He's going to run this signal and see what he thinks. But to me, that sounds like a dream. 5 inches deep. My metal detector tells me how deep it is. 5 inches, that's a good number to dig up old stuff. Ooh, that's a good signal. This is a good signal, man. Oh, there's a couple here, man. Whoa. Seems like the right size. I'm gonna bring Andrew over here. He's gonna give this a check, get a second opinion, and then we're gonna dig it up live in front of you, Hamilton. What do you think, Andrew? Silver? Is it banging to you?
Yeah, it's good.
It's good? Whoa. Jesus. I was getting a couple signals there.
Yeah, there's 2.
2? Holy, there's 2! Let's see if we can get back here into history. You want to pinpoint this?
Absolutely.
Oh, God. So a pinpointer, ooh, it's getting deeper. Whoa! What is that? Oh my God, sorry.
Is it a battery? No. Unfired. Is it unfired?
Unfired! Or is it fired? Oh my God, so this is a bullet. It's a bullet.
I think there might be another one here too.
There's 2 signals. So this here, I can tell you something about this right now, is that, so this is a bullet. I think it's a part of a mini ball. So there was a ball and then this part, and this is what you would use to hunt in the woods. So this one, I believe it's unfired, but I can tell you right now, it's probably over 100 years old because when it's left in the ground for 100 years or more, lead turns white. We have a beautiful piece of history here. I mean, this is life or death. If you don't have these bullets, you can't feed your family. You can't defend your territory. I mean, this was a vicious world we lived in. Beautiful piece. Very nice lead bullet. I'm gonna say probably early turn of the century. I think it may have been fired. I think there's striations on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know it has.
Has? Awesome, it's been fired. Maybe that took someone's meal down and then they ate a deer for the week with their family. Wild. We love to make up stories about the relics we dig up.
You gotta dig it out. The inside
Oh yeah?
there.
Yeah? Wild.
Check
Very
for some
cool.
markings.
Very nice piece of history. So now we're up to a 1902 dime. We got some lead bullets. This is what we dig up. This is life or death. This is the real world. This is what you lost. This was what you fired. I thought we had 2 signals in here, but I could be wrong. I also thought it was a silver coin. It ended up to be a lead bullet, so we're not perfect. All right, I'm gonna run my machine over it and see if I can find that banging signal again. Like I said, take what you dig out of the forest with you. There we go. All right, I'm gonna run my machine over this hole one more time. I did think I heard another signal in there, but you never know. Let's check this out. Yeah, nope, that was it. Weird, Andrew. I got a banging silver signal off that. No, it's gone. That was it. So we went from thinking we had a couple silver coins into a lead bullet, so you just never know.
This is good.
The reason I wear headphones, some people detect without them, but when you get into the smaller coins like that fish scale I dug up, the headphones give you an extra couple inches of depth. So if I don't have my headphones on, there's a chance that that squeak will go by, but I won't hear it. You're walking on dead leaves, there's a lot of rustling, there's a lot of noise around you, there's birds, there's everything else out in the forest, because we're visitors here. So you do tend to miss some signals through the background noise, so with the headphones on, I get clear, precise signals that I could just dig up. I love it. So that's why the headphones stay on. At some point, I'll take them off for you, and we can listen to the sounds of the machine. All right, so now Hamilton, I've scanned the picnic area a little bit. Now, in order to get to the picnic area, they would have walked the pass. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a quick scan of the path. Very important when you dig paths, obviously, to fill in your holes, because parents go hiking with their kids and stuff, and we don't want to get a bad reputation out here for leaving holes. One of my favorite, actually, you can see right here we have a main path. So this is the main path that they would have come and gone from. You can see we're right at the edge here. So down below that is the river from Albion Falls. But these are called tributary paths. So what this is this is a side path, which would have been well used in the 1800s. These days, we don't spend as much time in the woods as human beings as we did back then, obviously. It's kind of a shame, but so these paths have kind of gone by the wayside. But if you look close enough, you'll find these side paths, and that's usually where I dig up the treasure. But I'm gonna give this path a quick run. I also like to scan the sides of the path. And the reason I do that is because in the 1800s, you wouldn't be driving a Toyota Prius. You would be on horseback. And on horseback, a horse is big. You have a leather satchel on the side with your coins in it, they're gonna fall off to the sides. They're not gonna fall in the middle. So I always scan the sides of the pass, and I've been very successful at it. Going back to the 17th century, I found coins on the sides of the path, right in Hamilton. Okay, I'm gonna give this a quick dig right here. It's not the best signal in the world. Could be another pop tab, but honestly, in order to get to the treasure, sometimes you have to spend some time digging the stuff out of the ground, because there could be a pop tab sitting here, and then underneath the pop tab, there's a coin from 1840, who knows? So we do like to clear out the stuff. Doesn't look like I have that. Okay, so sometimes we do miss our targets. It's just life. I'm gonna give this another quick scan, see where she is. Okay, so I just missed it a bit here. You hear that? So that's the noise we're looking for. This hole's getting a little nasty for the detectors, but oh, that's a good grab right there. All right, so you can tell, no more beeping. I call this, I own it. So inside my hand is whatever was metal. You can hear it. There it is. So we don't know what it is. We're gonna take this ride together. I don't think it's anything great, but this is how you do it, is you sort it through it until you find it. I think we have a button. Oh my God. I think we have a military button, man. I'm gonna give this a quick wipe down. So if we're looking for military, oh my God. This is wild. If we're looking for military, it's a military button, man. I don't know if you're gonna get a shot of this, but what I'm looking for is a beaver, a crown, and the word Canada. These are fairly common. I think it's World War I, World War II. I'm not really a button expert, but it is a button. Now, this would be a two-piece button. It doesn't look like we have the back. It looks like it's just filled with dirt. But Jesus, this is from Hamilton, Ontario, in the original Matrix, a military button. Unbelievable. That's history. You see the beaver, you see the crown, you see the word Canada in cursive. I'm sure half of you don't even know how to read cursive anymore. This is how brilliant this is. Wow, wild. A great piece of history. I'm going to clean this guy up, and we'll give you a good shot of it, but there's the crown, Canada, beaver underneath. That's how we tell it's military. The back half of the button might actually be in the hole. That is cool. Wow, what a piece of history. So I would say this has been a successful hunt so far. We even just with a coin, a button, a bullet. That's what we're looking for. That's what they dropped in the 1800s. Wow. I think this is going to be nice when it gets cleaned up. That is super cool.
So this is the coin you found, 1902 5-cent Canada. What's interesting is that they're made out of silver, and when they say nickel, it usually means nickel alloy, but this is actually sterling silver. which is 92.5% silver. And it's got the first year of Edward VII on the obverse side. The obverse side is always the portrait size. Being the first year, these were actually minted in England, not in Canada, since they didn't have any mint in Canada officially until 1908. And there's actually 3 varieties of these 1902 coins. The first one, 1902, did not have a mint mark, and the mint mark was actually the letter H, which was for the Heaton Mint in the UK. And besides the letter H, there's 2 sizes of H's, a small H and a large H variety. The mintage was quite high on this, actually, but it was very speculative when it came out because they put the wrong crown on the reverse side. There's 2 crowns that were used. This crown was not the official crown of King Edward VII, so they had to switch it back. They had to prepare a new die in 1903, so a lot of people got excited that this was an error because there's a lot of people getting upset that they put the royal crown incorrectly. So they corrected that in 1903. The value for this coin in this grade is approximately $15. It could go a lot higher if it was a mint state coin with original luster, and it can go into between $500 to $700 depending on how it's graded. There is a rare date in the 5-cent silvers, and it was 1921, because the majority of them were melted. The only way you can actually acquire one of these coins is if you were actually at the mint at the time and bought a brand new 1921. Now, because the majority of them were melted, a recent auction in a mint state 65, which is a very high grade, fetched $265,000 for a nickel. Not a bad return. If you're eating in a restaurant in 1902, you could buy oatmeal and milk, 5 cents. Cracked wheat and milk, delicious. Griddle or buckwheat cakes, yummy. Baked beans, bread, and butter. You can buy fish balls. You ever had fish balls? Neither have I. Hashed meat, fried onions, fried potatoes, tea, coffee, cocoa, and a glass of milk are all 5 cents in 1902. For 10 cents, you can get a steak. So just need 2 of those.